right, everybody, welcome back. Again, we're talking about writing. Easy writing, caption writing. And we're going to talk about expanded captions in this video. Now, hopefully, first off, you watched the basic captions lesson. If somehow you didn't, maybe stop me here, close this out, go back, find the basic captions lesson on the website, and check that one out. Because, again, basic captions, we're essentially talking about just identifying people, like their name, or a one-liner, who's in this photo and what's going on in the picture. That's as basic as it gets. But if you want to do even more cool storytelling, then it's expanded captions, and all we're talking about is adding maybe one or two more lines. That's it. And so you can do some awesome storytelling in little bits and bytes on the pages of your book that's going to add so much extra value to the work that you're doing. Now, first off, hopefully you took the time to watch the Jostens J class on Yearbook Avenue, this one called Expanded Captions. Again, this was done by Margie Raper, who's an outstanding yearbook advisor from Texas. I tell you what, if you didn't watch this one, again, please go back and watch it. Margie does a real deep dive, if you will, into caption writing. All the particulars, all the rules, all that stuff. We're going to briefly sort of review some of that stuff here. But you can tell really great stories connected with photos in maybe just 3 lines. That's it. 3 lines, and you're good, all right? She talks about, again, the 5 W's and the H. We want to answer as many of those questions as we can inside of a photo caption. And again, if you watch the video, there's the picture of Margie and another person. And apparently when the photo was taken, Margie has never had crabs before, like Alaskan king crab or Maryland crabs and so on. You see the expression on her face like, she doesn't know what to do with the crab. And then she kind of marches you through. Here's the different parts of a good photo caption, and it kind of builds and builds so that by the time she's done, not only do you have this interesting picture of Margie kind of wrestling with a crab, but then you have some background information. Who are these people and what is going on in this photo? All right, if you just had the photo there, all right, you're thinking, what? The information is what, I get it, the added stuff that really fulfills your storytelling. All right, now, let's take some notes. So at your end, if you have either paper and pen or maybe a device, all right, we're going to have some fun with caption writing here as part of this lesson. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put on the screen my caption writing sheet. And advisors, I did provide a link for this inside the TYR newsletter when we first sort of announced this one. So I don't know if you downloaded the file. If you did, maybe you've distributed it to everybody already. That's cool. If somehow you didn't, I'm just going to put it up on the screen, all right? Because writing good expanded captions is really simple. So let's go over the basic parts. You guys maybe do some note-taking at your end if you need to, all right? This is actually a sheet I made years ago because the caption writing rules haven't changed. It's all about just the basics of telling a story. If you're going to write a really good captions start with something called a lead-in. A lead-in is like a headline for the photo. All right, it's really short. Could be 1 word, 2, 3, 4 words maybe, usually bolded so it kind of stands out. Gives you a chance to have some fun and be creative. It's a headline for the photo. All right, and so we'll show you an example of that. First line, once again, basic caption. Who's in this picture and what are they doing here? You know, maybe the who, what, where, when part. All right, see if we can answer those questions in 1 sentence as the first line of an expanded caption. Then if you've got the space and if you can, add a second line. More details about the person or about the event or the game or the class or whatever's going on in this photo. Tell me some more details in a second sentence. That could be maybe the how and the why. And then if you can, put a quote in there. Go talk to the person, ask them just a couple of questions, record their answers, come back, find hopefully just a kind of a brief quote that you can put in there. Usually it's at the end of the caption. Yeah, you could put it in the middle if you wanted to. That's up to you. And then when you put all those pieces together, you have yourself an expanded caption. So down at the bottom of my example sheet, there's a photo and there's a caption. That's an expanded caption with all the parts. The lead-in, opening line, who is this girl? What's she doing here? Second line, more information about the girl. Brief quote at the end. And what we have done in just 3 lines, we have told somebody's story. And it doesn't have to be big on a page. Picture in a caption doesn't have to be large on the page. Or if you've seen the lesson about caption images, it's the same deal. caption or a picture, caption saved as one big image that maybe you share out on social media, video boards, or other things at school. That's an expanded caption. And so you could tell the story of, say, football, like 2 pages of football, instead of maybe having some big glob of information. You could maybe tell the story of the football team and their season in captions tied to all the different pictures that you put on that spread. So you tell the whole story of the whole football season and so on in bits and bytes all over. That's a unique way to tell the story of a team, a club, a group, a class, or whatever it might be. All right, now let's do a quick student activity. Now take some notes. I'm going to put some notes right here. Jot down these notes on the screen at your end. Just jot them down real quick, because in a moment I'm going to put a picture up, and I want you to use the information in the notes to write a caption for the photo that I'm about to put up on the screen. So go ahead, jot down all these notes here at your end very quickly. All right, this is sort of background information to go with the photo that I'm about to show you. Now, very quickly, while you're doing that, how do you gather information? Well, I think you know this, right? Face-to-face. In other words, go talk to people. Have your device record the conversation, see what you can do. Yes, you can use electronic means, of course, to gather information. That could be a Google form or some similar type electronic form that you gather information from people. It could be email. It could even be texting. Now, texting might be a little brief, all right, because we might be looking for something a little longer than just texting, all right? But there are so many different ways that you can use to gather that information. Figure out what's important. What's the important information here that we need to put in the caption, and then write your caption and have some fun with that, all right? So, all right, hopefully you have all the notes down. So what I'm going to do, we're just going to take maybe 2 minutes here. I'm going to put an image on the screen. At your end, I want you to write an expanded caption, not a basic, an expanded caption to this photo. What's important? What information is important? All the pieces. What can you do? All right, ready, set, go! All right, let me jump into a quick wrap up. All right, how'd you do? Okay, if you struggled with this a little bit, hey, that's normal. All right, if it's the very first time you've ever tried this, yeah, it takes a little practice. Got the basic rules, follow it, and so on. When I'm done here in a moment, maybe go around the room if there's multiple people in the room and share each other's captions, like read them out loud. All right, maybe do some critiquing. All right, again, this was a first try. I don't expect anybody to be an expert on the first try. Here's a word to remember. The word is concise. Think about it. A photo caption's not that big, and maybe you don't have a lot of room on your page. Concise essentially means get to the point. All right, no big flowery words and all this other stuff. Just report the information, who's in this photo, what's going on here, and a little bit more about the person, the event, and all that sort of stuff. Concise means forget the big words. Just get to the point and report what's going on, all right? But adding expanded captions, you can have so much fun doing some great storytelling in your book and in other ways, like caption images, all year long. And it's so, so valuable. So let's go do it. Thanks for watching.